What's going on? What's going on? Let me make sure everything's turned up the way it needs to be. Okay, great. Welcome to another Mark Cooper Monday. A couple moments here. Here we go. Okay. Hey, Blake, how you doing? Hope everybody's doing good. Everybody's all right. A lot is happening right now. Like a lot. You know. But we about to get cracking into this and go from there. Well, thank you. I'm glad that you guys you hate Mondays like Garfield, but not MCM. I appreciate that. That's really dope. All right. So let's go ahead and get started. We got 19 today. So we're going to go with the latest, and we're going to go all the way down into the order they were received. And it looks like Elemental is actually first today. Is Elemental here? Wow, Elemental. You are first. I don't think that's ever happened, bro. I think you've had two, but I don't think you've ever had first before. But a little further ado, let's go for it. Let's do it. Ooh, you even got rice cooker on this? Oh yeah, hold on. Dean, what up, though, man? How you doing? Hope everything's all well. I also didn't forget, Dean. I wrote it. I just gotta record, man. So just know I didn't forget. I promise you.
Never really meant to play these games with your heart. Everything we've been through. You understand it most of all. This is all I've wanted now. To rise up high, I'd push you down. And falling just to make it this far. Crawling, trying to get out the dark. So what's it gonna take now? What's it gonna take now? What's it gonna take to see the stars? What's it gonna take now? What's it gonna take now? I'm trying to meet you where you are. All I know is life don't go the way you want. Let me take control.
You gave me wings I never asked for.
I never thought I would get an Elemental, a rice cooker record, but I'm here for it. I'm definitely here for it.
I closed yours just to open the door. The price of dreams, of love destroyed. The hope you wore, I couldn't help but exploit.
Been falling just to make it this far. I'm crawling, trying to get out the dark. So what's it gonna take now? What's it gonna take now? What's it gonna take to see the stars? What's it gonna take now? What's it gonna take now? I'm trying to meet you where you are. 'Cause all I know is life don't go the way you want. Let me take control. Like I'm walking over landmines. Every step that I take, turn a turn. When I'm moving, it's a landslide. Some folks around here all got friends. And I'm only human. Regular beast you don't know. Struggles looming. The boys that be gon' see me glow. Been all in just to make it this far. I'm crawling, trying to get out the dark. So what's it gonna take now? What's it gonna take now? What's it gonna take to see the stars? What's it gonna take now? What's it gonna take now? I'm trying to meet you where you are. 'Cause all I know is life don't go the way you want.
You better take control.
Great volume on that. There we go. I think I needed to turn this up a little bit. But no, not me. Not me. I'm not playing me. Sorry. This is not about me. All right. So overall, I like the blending of both of you guys on the vocals. Like, that was really, really pleasant. I hope you guys like do something together where it's more songs or maybe even an EP or something like that, because you guys both complement each other very, very well. And I just wanted to let you know that, like, this is a great pick, a great instrumental selection, all of those things. It works out perfect for this. This is really, really nice. Honestly, this is really nice. I would think about different places that you could, see if there's people who are fans of this, this particular anime or this, series, and then just start pushing it to them. But great work, man. I just want you to, great work. All right, let's go right to the next one. All right. EJ, okay. I love Dragon Ball. I'm ready for this. You have a great week, man. You too.
Just for the fun of it, I'm not gonna fight you. They be saying I'm lacking in IQ. You don't wanna see me in a bad mood. Go bananas, I'm going to Zaru. Head in the clouds, I've been seeing how God move. Send me down to the earth to become you. What's a god to a human is not you. In my nature to charge and I'm born through. Piccolo high, I've been sounding your song too. Take the mic, I've been singing your song too. I arise from the east like the sun too. Level up every step like song two. Big bang attack is gonna give him the boom. Keep lashing and I clear out the room. Put in the work with the talent genetics. I'm sorry, you said that you step in the home. You got a wish, I'm Beerus, I'm about to go take it and leave. I'm Beerus, I'm putting my cat on the lead. I'm Beerus, they actively gunning for me. They can't stand when they're talking to King Kai. No, don't ray, I'm a master top bye. Got me Hamid looking like a high five. Of the earth and I'm doing a skydive. Take them out even though they got 5 guys. So I'm gonna consider the zeitgeist. Even now I've been breaking the records. I do it in seconds, I'm always the highlight. Who come out of you?
All right. There's something in your vocal itself. Let me turn up my headphones too, just to make sure I'm correct. Hold on. It's exactly what I thought it was. Hey, somewhere in your main vocal, it's just a tad bit lower than your ad libs, for one. And two, just kind of be careful, because sometimes when you put in a certain kind of you put in some kind of compressor or something on that, it may not expand the voice. It might just make it a little bit like, less dynamic. So you got to be careful with those when it comes to the EQs and things like that. One rule of thumb, I think, is an easy way of doing this, especially if you either use BandLab or any of the other programs. I use FL, but I'm just, Pro Tools or anything. A good rule of thumb is whatever beat that you get from, either if you bought it from a producer or you got it on, ripping YouTube or whatever, whatever your process is, no problems. You might want to start putting your beat anywhere between 50 to 60% volume level. And the reason why you do that is because that way you can be able to regulate where your main vocal is going to sit in the track. And then basically you can kind of, gauge the volume of the beat to your liking, to where you can always hear your vocal like right in front and center. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, the best way to look at it is like, let's say you're making, let me think here. What's the best way for it? Let me think. Actually, yeah, that would make total sense. Okay, so if you're making, like, let's say you're making a Philly cheesesteak, right? The main vocal is the meat that you're making, and all the sauce and stuff like the onions, the cheese, etc., etc. But the beat is going to be the bun regardless, because it's holding everything together. So the best way you want to make sure is that you have the bun flat as you can, and then when you're going to grab everything to make it a pleasantable sandwich or something like that, you got to make sure that the level of what your volume is fits right on top of it. The last thing you want is it be all bun and less vocal. So you want to make sure you kind of find that good balance or radius in between. That's probably the best way, because at the end of the day, you're going to eat a sandwich or something like that. The last thing you want to do is just eat all bread, or, don't really taste what you're having. You know what I mean? And that's just a, presentation of a product. And that's just the best way to look at that.
talking like you're really my slime. Stick with me, I'ma show you the skyline. Rolling with me with the Project Manhattan. Blow up the space for the love and the passion. Oppenheimer, I'm atomic, I'm dropping the bomb. You be damned if you let that shit happen. Have my own fair share of demons to face. Went to hell and I'm back, now I'm fluent in Latin. Casting them out in the mission on dragons. I'm wishing you gathered the balls with your back and don't like batsman. Fuck him, here to try be my mark him. Dice him, tear him into pieces, I don't like him. Strike him with a big bow, I strike him. Anybody else in the way, I'll fight them. Difference between us like what you would call a hyphen. Mystical, some go cool like Typhon. Ain't nobody stronger than the man like Bison. Have him up in the death grip like Bison. Switching my phones and I switch like a lichen. Tower up on the mind, move like a titan. Holding the world with the power I siphon. I'm been a cannon, I level horizons. Y'all really thought you could flex on Big Goku? But that's noble. But you never showed up as a rival. Intergalactic while you remain local. Please lend me some of your energy. They sent me to bring back the legacy. This can't be escaping my memory. They saw me as one of the enemy. Now I'm probably immersed in divinity. I move with precision of wizardry. Palm grins, now I'm here with a sense of it. Still standing on maybe what's left of me. Really bigger than me, bruh.
Like I said, I love the energy of this particular track. Like, you know, bars is dope, 100%. It's just those little parts of the mix you just got to watch out for. And the thing is, we get to the point, like when we start doing a lot of tracks, we find our presets, we find things that work with our vocal. Then afterwards, we're like, well, this works for the majority of these kind of beats. I'm pretty sure it'll work that way. You know, sometimes it's by a case-by-case situation. So you just got to, you know, see how it sounds with the beat and everything. And then go from there. Because sometimes we like to, you know, be efficient. And that's fair. You know what I mean? Having a preset that works really well with our vocals. And we just kind of, you know, drag it onto our, you know, main raw vocals. And then it'd be like, all right, this sound clean. This sound good. Because, you know, I've been recording it this way all this time. And I'm good to things being efficient. This is what works. But just letting you know when it comes to producing, especially if you're not the person making the beat or you're grabbing it from somewhere, you have to take all those things into account, especially when it comes to the mix. Other than that, that's it. Like I said, there's not anything I see wrong. It's just pay attention to those, because the more different kind of dynamics of beats that you pick, the different frequencies and the different, you know, nerdier stuff I can really get into. You know what I mean? Other than that, just be careful about ad-libs, because if you're going to have it a little bit louder, you might want to put some kind of filter on it or something. That way it kind of tucks in the background so it doesn't take over the main vocal at those particular points. Because if you hear that ad lib, it's going to be like, think of somebody talking to you, and then somebody, like, while you listen to your headphones, and they'll be like, hey, and that's what it feels like. You know what I mean? You could be in the middle of something, you hear, hey, hey, you know what I mean? And you want to make sure that the ad lib isn't a distraction to the point that it doesn't, you know, it doesn't give any kind of, you know, support for the main vocal. Because the ad lib is supposed to support the verse. If it doesn't support the verse, then it's really not an ad lib at all. You know what I mean? It's just kind of random. So just kind of know that for the end of the day. That's for anybody. All right, Washi, let's see what you got.
Musicality.
Oh, you got Callan on this? Okay, cool. Oh wait, Mazu. I don't know why it said Callan. Am I tripping? Bro, I thought it was tripping. Oh, it's mixed. Okay, I was about to say, I know it wasn't tripping.
I'm sleeping with stack, I'm used to thunder. Sound me running my brother a gun, I aim for the top at risk going under. I gotta keep going, I had an epiphany, I was never too flash with my sound man symphony. We all got past where we lost the history. We searching for something, but the answer a mystery. We talk about maintenance, but nothing ain't fixed me. Yes, I ain't broken, they catch my pain. That's something to token. You listen to whispers, you know what it's spoken. You smelling the blood, this thing got you choking. Was sleeping that box had sudden awoken. Blown the net, but cut to a neck, just open more threads while I'm weaving, get woven. Now we just drown in the ocean. She-bodies, they calm, they lay in the hearse. Whatever first form, we cut through a surface. Demons go pray, but they duck in the washroom. Got hanging off arms, these weapons ain't purse. They talking to birds, but the crows stay in churches. They speak and they miss you, listen to verses. Put up when you down, put down when you up. I can work in reverse, but maybe I'm lost to reason. Had to survive, but can't beat breathing. Life's art, when I draw my blade, I remember my teachers. Just got breathed in, nothing ain't scaring you. Gotta remember, a flower got poison, we call it stereo. Something so pretty, it deal you. You know what I call that? That's hysteria. So
remember I was telling you about the dynamics again, bro. Like, you can have a beat and, you know, you're literally rapping your verse, and then it goes right into the hook, and then I'm like, is this just all one line or whatever? You know, sometimes those drops kind of separate and make it a little, you know, have hooks and things pop out just a little bit more. You know what I mean? You got to watch out for those. However, on a lighter note, I'm liking how seamless the verses are starting to come from you, Washi, bro. Like Spirit, it's literally like you're getting what you're supposed to do. Like, you know, it's one thing when you go off and you rap the aggression and rap the double time and it's bar for bar and drill and all that. That's great. But now it's coming from you either just being a barsmith to you like actually putting, like, making a complete, like, conscious song. Not a conscious rap. I mean, like, a conscious song. And what I mean by that, so it doesn't sound weird as in saying like you weren't making songs. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is it's sounding cohesive enough to where it's like, okay, you know, let's say somebody isn't about all the technical rap that you do. You know, maybe he's, you know, maybe some people are not fans of that. Maybe they enjoy the fact that you're getting different kinds of people to do hooks and things like that, and you're really making some songs, like some songs. Like, this is like album type of stuff. Like, you know, things that people will hear, like a whole body of work or a project that you come out with. Like, this is the kinds of things that you want to really think about. Because I know it is about Demon Slayer, of course, but the feel makes it like, if I wasn't a fan of Demon Slayer, I would enjoy this too. You feel what I'm saying? And that's where those dynamics change up. And you're hitting the nail on the head, bro. You're doing great. Okay, so the track, okay, it's not about me either. Why does it keep playing things I did? People are not supposed to know I do things. All right. Overall, like I said, Maz killed that hook. Kalino's a dope mix. Only thing is, Maz, just got to be careful with the brightness in that hook. Like, there's a lot of high pass brightness in that filter and that saturation. Got to dial it back just a little bit, just to get a little bit more low end in your vocal. Other than that, you're just fine. Adi, Zello, what you got? Zello. He needs to teach you lyrics, really?
I'm afraid to die until I can pay my dues, and then I say goodbye. Yeah, but shawty, I feel okay to die, cause I done met my goals, and I done passed them by. Maybe the bag is way too big to feel content for my last hope, cause that bitch why I rap so. I'm an asshole, but I give credit where it's due. Where I'm headed, I say truth. Keep me honest, keep it clean. Keep reminding me of you. Waking up, battling ego. Main character syndrome, suffering from my ego. Way too high, brain for something to me's free. Oh, they wish they could do what I do, but there ain't no equal, baby. I'm one-on-one, son of a god, loaded up with a magazine. Your tablet spinning off of the tongue. Another rumor wrote a wish. Wicked stories that I've spun. Yeah, my life miraculous and yours is certain. Yeah, I'm writing off the page while you bowing at the curtains. Now the episode, the cast change. Alright, I guess to work. See, way beyond your little epic. They'll remember my observance. History written by the victor. I've been writing with a purpose. And I know it's all gonna be worth it. Yeah, it's all gonna be worth it.
I really like the underwater filter throughout the beat, and you're making different kind of vibes, Zello, man. Like you really like making your own particular path of the types of music and beats that you do. And I know you work really hard, man. So I want to make sure you got your flowers. But like, because I have to let you know, it is not easy to take any kind of vocal that you can get from anybody that's recorded in different things. Like there's a lot of different obstacles and challenges that you may have to mix somebody else's vocal and things like that. But like, I dig the effort and I dig all those things. Of course, there's some things that you got some ways to go. You know what I mean? There's still some things that we got to figure out and fix. But the fact that I know that you're willing to learn and go through those tribulations to get to that point, you got my respect 100%. So great job on that. Hastig was killing that. It's just, you never know about certain things. So I just wanted to give you your flowers for that. Alrighty, a little bit late. Your turn. City Walk. An hour, huh?
Walk, how I do that smooth talk. Me and my homies out there eating that city walk. Hit him with that forest, call me Skywalker. Saw her doing tricks on it, how she a dog walker. Way she moving got me acting up like the Grinch. I'm the mean one when they come with money in a pinch. They all wanna come at me and got the 6 eyes. Now they are eating each other up, Lord of the Flies. 594 points on my floor with it, getting me up. Then I'm a sore with it. Never talking money, I'm in love with it. If anybody tries to take it, gone with it. Wreck it, Ralph, I'm a glitch in the game. Sonic racing past these bitches, not the same. Fans are late a little bit, this is in the name. Fantastic Four, hitting torch with the flame. Got bands on my wrist at 10 on the watch. Iron Man, how I been dealing with the scotch. She keeps looking at my badge, still training. Gang keeps sending beats, rap on them Johnny Test. Maybe after dropping this out, this server rest. Hop back on it and see if that's a hit or miss. They keep on ignoring me, then I guess I'll be gone. Then I'll hop back on it, I guess to accelerate. Anybody gets in my way, I incinerate. Everybody talks about me like I'm John Wick. No, they can't even move me on a tick.
You already know what I'm about to say. Bro, you are so close. You are so close to being on beat the whole song. I just want you to know you are so close. So close. But your name is a little bit late. Just a little bit late. Just a little bit. And technically you are on brand. Well, you shouldn't be on brand, but you are on brand. Little bit late, and you're a little bit late on the beat. Every time I hear a song, and I know it's you, I'm taking into consideration that it could be a little bit late. But I'm not being disrespectful or rude or anything like that at all. But that's it. You are so close. to really, really getting it together. You know, you're really close. It's not necessarily you rapping. It's sometimes it could be the choice of words of how you're saying the particular lines and flows and things like that. It was only because you fit in one or two more words than you should have in a particular bar. That is the only thing. It's not what you're saying. It's not the energy. It's not any of those things. It's just some parts in writing where you got to know if it feels awkward if you record it and it sounds awkward. If it sounds awkward and it doesn't sound like it's really, really clean line for line like that, chances are it's too many words. And sometimes people try to do that and put in delivery and flow and stuff like that. You know, you gotta crawl before you can walk. And that's where you are right now. You know what I mean? It's just you're just trying to figure out, you know, what patterns work best for you. Now, of course, I'm only kidding when it comes to the little bit late thing. I'm only kidding because it's just ironic. The name is funny for this situation. But that's what it is. Like the whole situation is it's in the writing process. You have to sit down and figure out what sounds awkward for you. Not what other people say is awkward. What you personally, when you record, what felt awkward for you to record with? What line felt weird to say? And as soon as you get those particulars in right, you know, all together, then you'll be fine. So you got to make sure you take that into account when it comes to that. That's all. Other than that, you were just fine, bro. Alrighty, Blake, your turn. See, I wanted to say always on time. That'd have been dope. But we all have an all-time arcade already, so we can't even do that. You know what? I got it. Little bit late. If once you get to that part, your new rap name is called Punctual. Actually, that's kind of sweet. Would you change your name to Punctual? I'm not even gonna start the song. Hold on, I need to hear this. Little bit late. If you end up getting the point that we get 5 tracks in a row where you're completely on beat, would you change your rap name to Punctual? Punctual is kind of fire. Like you only can get lightning in a bottle with something like that. Your name Punctual? We'll see. Let's go, Blake. We'll see. We'll see what you think.
Lost inside my head, can't seem to find a way out. I can't even pretend like it's all okay now. The curse that I spread is now pulling you down. I still feel your presence even though you're not around. I can't forget all the times we spent together. All of my regrets will be haunting me forever. Will be haunting me. It's all my fault that you're stuck with me. The only thing I want is to end your misery. The grief I brought kept you from being free. I've always thought that you'll be better without me. The pain I put you through can't be erased. No matter what I do, there's still a smile on your face. I can't forget all the times we spent together. All of my regrets will be haunting me forever.
I like this harmony part. That part is really dope. We're gonna have to learn some different ways of starting to pan your vocal because it sounds like you're kind of stacking them. Maybe three or four that's right in the middle, and sometimes it'll sound like it's louder than what it really is. So we're gonna have to start learning how to take those particular vocals, maybe putting some filters and panning some to the left, panning some to the right, just kind of split it to make it more of an open ambience kind of thing. But I'm liking the direction that you're going with this so far.
I can't forget all the times we spent together. I can't forget all of my regrets will be haunting me forever. All of my regrets.
And it went to another particular video. But like I said, bro, works out perfect. But that's all. We just got to figure out some stuff of what we can do with different kinds of vocal stacks, so you don't have to worry about that. And then what I'm telling you is, once you start rounding it and you hear in your headphones, you'll feel like it's like it's giving you a hug is what it is right now. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the little small stuff you learn from mixing over time. But I like the energy. I like the way you sang. I like the way you threw in a little bit of scream in there. It works out. But that's the only thing. We just got to figure out some certain things that we can do for the mix and put it together. But other than that, it works good. Yellow Blade. Let's see what you got. It's been a minute, bro.
Knock, knock, yeah, let the voices speak again. Streaming from the city that just turned me to a denizen. Hot shot, yeah, they're screaming me to shoot. I'm a lethal liability, could say it's in my roots. I can't let go when you stab me in the back. What you think about, turn it, I bet you want me back. Let it show all my agony and pain. I can't help but pull the trigger when they're all that's in my brain. Oh yeah, got me singing out that I'm scared. So bye-bye, sucker. My comfort shattered, did I choose the wrong path? Through accidental death, I see reflection.
Oh yeah. Also, Yellow Blade is a great example to listen to though, Blake. Reason why is because he had similar stuff that you dealt with before, and you guys are kind of in the same vein of the types of stuff that you do. I don't mean like as in the genre, but just the kind of singing. Just wanted to let you know this is a good example to listen through.
It's in the glass. I swear I'm lost, I can't be saved. Future lies inside my head. And now I know a crooked girl who's all alone. Snap back to reality. Feeling guided by the child in her gravity. So invited, didn't know that she could save me. I'm feelings in my heart and then I lost it and I blame me. This feeling I can't shake, echoes of heartbreak, devoid of reason. What do I know? Buried in metal, dates with the devil, breaking the cycle. It's all my fault. My comfort shattered, did I choose the wrong path? Through accidental death, I see reflections in the glass. I swear I'm lost, I can't be saved. Future lies inside my head. And now I know a crooked girl who's all alone. You broke me down, I'm a jinx, do you believe that? Voices screaming out, do I shoot or do I turn back? I'm torn apart, I'm ripping at the seams. I know I can't be saved, but things aren't as they seem.
I understand. Just one moment, Blake. Heat. Absolute heat, bro. Heat. So to answer your question, Blake, I follow what's called the 20% factor. So it depends on how many background vocals that you have. So your first background vocal, you're paying it 20%. Normally, if you want to do them in pairs of two to be real. So if you got two background vocals, you want to pan one 20% to the left, another 20% to the right. If you got four of them, the first two are at the 20%, and then the next two are at the 40%, and then so on and so forth. And the reason why you do that is because then you're kind of opening a fan of the vocal. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like it opens up like this. So it gives it more range and rounding. But just make sure that when you do that, you're also turning down the volume 20%. And when you do that, then the main vocal still shines, but all the other vocals help it out. And that's an easy way to go about it. That's what I recommend. Yeah, the 20% factor. That's cool. I made that up. That's pretty dope, right? It's something I do. I mean, it's always been used in everything when it comes to layering. I'm just talking about the way I explained it. That's all. All right, Reese, let's go.
Let me guess. You're thinking about going to therapy. And as a
No.
therapist myself, of course I'm going to say that's a great idea.
See, here's the thing. This track came out a year ago. So, like I've said it before, and I don't think a lot of people get a chance to really hear this, but the purpose of the Mark Cooper Monday is not the reaction of the song. It's being able to give feedback to how you can better the songs later on. I'm not a reaction channel by any way, shape, or form at all. And like I said, I mean, unless you're looking for feedback for something that was a year ago and you got 42,000 views on, you know what I'm saying? I believe you got it. I'm pretty sure you're pretty spot on and solid for that. So we don't need to review this one just by default, because I'm just saying this kind of thing it's really for individuals who are trying to figure out ways they can improve. And that's just the way I look at it from that particular view. So because of that, we're going to move on to the next one. Like I said, I'm looking for stuff that's this year, period. You know what I mean? And please only submit one of these tracks just one time. Don't submit them over and over and thinking that because you go through so many of them that you don't remember. I remember those. So I'm just letting you know. That way it gives other people who are looking for that feedback more time. And that's it. There's no offense to anybody that does that or whatever, because you guys come up with fire stuff. But this is for, where I give that time to those people who are looking for that feedback or that push or that, hey, I'm really unsure or whatever. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of nerve to submit things on a streaming platform in front of your peers. Trust me, it's not an easy thing to do. So I just want to commend you guys for that. Don't ever feel, because you're not maybe at the level of polish that they are because of the experience they have. Maybe you're brand new. But the one thing I won't do is, compare you to somebody who's been a veteran for a while, and then you're brand new at this stuff. You know what I mean? Or you're just kind of looking for ways to get better. This is the proving grounds, man. I'm a teacher and a mentor and in the community, and I just try my best to, give the best guidance and support and love for this genre as much as I can. So that's about it. All right, Austin, let's go.
You'll be back. Emus can't help people customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
All right. And Rice Cooker on there?
Everything on us can be undone. Still the beat goes on and on and on. I'ma keep it going till they think I'm going crazy. I'm invincible, I'm standing up beside my baby. Whoa. Everything on us can be undone.
It's ever fucking the obstacle cause I yearn for it. They know I was only a loss if you don't learn from it. Find me at the pinnacle when I'm needed. I rush and watch the moment explode and I'm thinking the Rex touched it. Remember when I was bummy but my moment was coming. I feel like I'm watching Friends cause ain't shit funny. I've been all in. This right here's got me feeling invincible. This right here's a hit and I know the damage is critical.
If I ever lose, I'm getting it right back. Told you let the beat goes on and on. I can see you mad and say it like that. Either way the beat goes on and on. Everything on us can't be undone. Still the beat goes on and on and on. I'ma keep it going till they think I'm going crazy. I'm invincible, I'm standing up beside my baby. Whoa. Everything on us can't be undone. See me now, I'll do more than survive. I'll save the world even if it takes my life. Ain't no stopping when I rise. I was built for the fight. Live on the edge of the night, fueling the fire inside. Every loss a lesson, every cut a new blade. They don't see the one side, the battles I wage. I'll turn pain to power and take up the weight. Fate of the world was never too much for me. Everything on us can't be undone. Still the beat goes on and on and on. I'ma keep it going till they think I'm going crazy. I'm invincible, I'm standing up beside my baby. Whoa. Everything on us can't be undone.
All right. I've been loving the blending that Rice Cooker. Rice Cooker is cooking right now, bro. Austin, the flow was dope. I never really heard an instrumental like that before. Like, I've heard a lot of different beats, but I love the glitch feel of it. I love the group harmonies, the flow. Everything was great about this song. Like, for real. Like, this is awesome. We got to do something one day, Austin, man. I know, I'm busier than hell, but we'll figure out something. We got to start doing some things, man. I really dig the stuff you do. Alrighty, Leo or Leo.
Sanji, have you ever sinned?
Have you ever seen the eye of the Father? It's locked behind the goggles, I'm known for dying. You probably never find the time to look on and know I'm the man who's been surviving the gospel. Lost a family man, so I had to cobble me one together from the victims surrounding me. Walls were quaking from the moment I watched as the God who made him made my patriots fall and bleed. It's apostasy. What's he to do with this life now? So full of salt, got a block at the lighthouse. Cursor will fall cause I'm moving with my mouse. Friends moving on, so I knock Polly's lights out. Hand on my legs and try to bet on my head. Nobody's ready to catch me, they're all in up dead. I'm getting mentally tested on and over. Gave his hardest battles to his only soldier. No, I never caved, but it's a stretch to say that I'm safe from sin and death. One glance at an angel in the flesh, and you know my road's made of different steps. Shoulders emptied of the old and influence. Behold the devil in my own experience. There's no one better to be showing me the victory. I know they didn't hope for me to win. Raise your eyes and confess to the damned in the flesh. The machine, take your sins and your hands will be cleansed. As your world falls away and reveals the divine you but know.
Okay. Now, this particular situation is that the vocals and everything are clean too, but this could be a situation where there might be the limiter or the master or the mix is a little bit too high in the decibel to the point that it's completely congealed together like a brick. This is one of those situations where you got to be careful with the volume level that you export this thing at the end. Another thing I do want to point out is that I love the way the vocals and everything are congealed together. It works out great. But it could use a little bit of saturation to get rid of that unnecessary lower end. Not the lower end singing, just the lower end of every single vocal. Because every time you sing with that, there's always a lower sub bass in the vocal along with the sub bass that's with the track. And it might not sound as clear as it could be. Because what it does is it sounds snug. It sounds like if you're like a burrito per se. Like when you're going to sleep and then you wrap yourself in the covers, you'd be like, oh, I'm warm, I'm cozy, but you can't really move. But you're just kind of like, well, it's a snug feeling. I'm good with that. And then that's what you'll like in the mix, and that works out fine. But I wanted to also let you know there's a situation where you could be like, yo, I could tone down maybe the limiter or, go to a different level of LUFS. Because what it sounds like, it's almost like right at 0 decibel, like when it's exported, like at that aspect. You might want to try to go a bit lower than that, maybe like -6 or -8. Because the thing is, what you want is that, of course, you want the song to be louder, but you got to think of at the same time, understand that the car or wherever you're trying to turn the volume up has its own volume in itself too. Yeah, other than that, you just fine. Just a little bit of saturation, bro. I use trying to figure out what the best way to do it. Like, my favorite is Twin Tube. That's a Slate digital plugin. I enjoy that. Some people use Fab Filter and all that stuff. Like, Fab Filter is great, and I know a lot of people swear by it. But to be honest with you, I just feel like there's just other plugins will be able to do the job just a little bit more in detail. You know what I'm saying? Fab Filter gets a good majority of it, but you lose a lot of volume in it. Like, you really got to know how to use Fab Filter to just give you the life that you had and then take away the things that you need. You know what I'm saying? Like, Fab Filter is just kind of like, you got something, like it's dope, but then you take away the accessories because you don't want that. Like for an action figure, like if the action figure came with like different faces or whatever, Fab Filter will take the faces in the accessories, but all you wanted them to take is, I don't want this particular headgear on it. I want everything else. And then now you got to figure out with Fab Filter how to bring all those accessories back, without that one particular thing. Like Twin Tube and a couple other ones would be like, oh, I just want this out. Okay, cool. And then it'd just be done. But other than that, like I said, this is dope regardless. I'm just letting you know, these are things that you might want to pay attention to at the very, very, very end. This is the very end stuff, Well, I mean, you good, bro. I mean, like I said, if you want to, you can get, they have subscriptions for those. Like, you can get all the gang of plugins for like $10 a month. And that's what I've been doing. Like, I got Waves bundle and I pay, I think $10 or $15, and it gives me all the plugins I need for that. You know what I mean? I just do it as a subscription because I know those plugins are like $50 to $150 a piece. So that's what I would do. Start using that. And they all have free trials. All of them. They all have at least a month free trial. That would be my biggest recommendation.
To save you, no one to raise your eyes to the sky. Right for all what you see. If you be not afraid, you will find what you seek. But the fruit of a spirit, it flew from the tree. God is in this machine. I'm afraid it might be me.
saying it's over. Each moment they see me with go motion. I'm only tied down with low potency, like the knots I Tomochi holding. There's a song and a hymn, lots listening. Wanna make a god for yourself? Stop winging it. Not trying to walk on the narrow plot. If I might fall, whether locking a better shot, living in a brand new mentality. Nobody crafted me but me. Pass your piece, I'll make a masterpiece. You could be dancing free with every passing beat. Zachariah laughed, but he didn't have to speak. Everybody wanna be talking on me. Plot sit me in the frame like the plot is coming out to haunt me. But I turn it to a chance to arm me. Now my arms strap harder than half the army. The devil said something better than heaven. No way to sing cursed. Heels upon his head, but his venom. Give me my fist first. Calls in my list, but when's the last time I've been sure that I give it two shits if my mouth's impure? They trapped a genius like Pat, but soon they might have a behemoth to scrap with. I got my damage, hoping I'm passive. You'll go down in flames. That's been your last sin. Your eyes and confess to the damned in the flesh. The machine, take your sins, and your hands will be cleansed. As your world falls away and reveals the divine, you got no good to save you. No one to raise your eyes to the sky. Wait for all what you see. If you be not afraid, you will find what you see. But the fruit of my spirit, it flew from the tree. God is in this machine. I'm afraid he might be me.
Other than that, that's fine. And the last thing I would say is if you're able to, if you made that beat or you're able to grab it or something like that, if you got the stems and be able to maybe make it more of a wider mix, it would give that vocal even more room to be able to do what it needs to. Other than that, man, fire record. So I got no problems, but I like it. Alrighty. Okay, this just came out.
To all my thoughts as they echo through the night. Little ways, all my pain without even giving a second thought. Honey sectors, wanna break now. I'm just tired of trying, wanna sleep now. And I know why. I realize that I'm the one who's just being fake. Enchantment, unbreakable. Yeah, she's like a diamond in the rough. She doesn't like to talk that much, but she's comfortable. And it's okay, it's just how our love will be. And I know there's a part that nobody will say. It's a bond that exists because of you and me. And nothing else matters as long as we believe in the dark.
This is one of those things where the mix sounds great. It's very open. It's very there. But just a little bit of saturation would help out a little bit of the enunciation in some of the auto-tune singing parts or just the regular singing vocals in general. It's just a little bit. Not a lot. It's just a little bit. And just you got to make sure, you got to try your best to, almost like, I'm trying to say this while it's being weird. But when you're singing, start opening your mouth more. Like fully opening your mouth more. Because when you do that, it allows you to be able to say the whole word in its best clarity possible. With the swag you got is dope. But I'm just saying if let's say this song came out, for JJK. And let's say the company or the anime reached out to you and say, yo, this Memory song is amazing. But is it possible if you could recut it one more time? And they'd be like, what do you mean? And then they'll be like, well, I can hear the vocals, but not 100% sure. You know what I mean? And you want to, look at those things over time. But it's just, opening your mouth more when singing. And like I said, singing don't need to be pretty, bro. You by yourself most of the time. You know what I mean? It's about getting the sound at the end of the day. So that's just the only thing. I'm just hearing those little small things. It's not really big here, but it's just something I want to point out so for the future when you make certain records, this is something you got to do. All singers do it. Don't even worry.
Now I can live through all the painful memories. Burning by the chain that will keep me in line. No, I never. And I just hope that you keep saying all those words. Burning by the love that will keep me in line. Hope I never.
And of course, I support. I try my best to, click the subscribe button and support. So just so you know, I ain't one of those people. Yeah. So that's the only thing. You just got to make sure you open your mouth just a little bit more when it comes to singing these vocals out, because when you got it closer, it's not, when it's, a little bit closer, it's not full, especially if you're having a lisp or like an accent or something like that. Opening your mouth more, it will give you more of a clearer vocal to mix, and saturation helps out with that for the time being. All right, so let's see how many we got left. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. About 7 more. I don't think I got to yours. Yeah, you're right here. So looks like it's gonna be Ghost, then Pat, and then you. Yep. So you're a good time. All right, Ghost. Oh, we got Thrizzy on this. Okay. Hold on. Oh, 2 days ago.
All of the power but got no pedigree. Hating the father that's still a part of me. Character change, I stand to be a better me. All of the strength I built to keep the people free. Little brother already ahead of things. Capable of murder, guess I'm losing my identity. Building back the person that I always think I ought to be. Be a better man so I can be there for my family. I've been cut, I've been torn, but I'm stronger now.
Now, Thrizzy is like, he's really great at mixing his vocal with auto-tune and different effects. But can you hear when, even with filters and effects, that you can actually hear every word as clear as possible? That's what I'm just trying to make sure that you guys can be able to see. That it's possible. You just, maybe a little saturation here and there. Just kind of get rid of those little small gray areas of things that you can't hear that take up space is what you want to watch out for.
I've been crushed, you can't break me down. Give it all, bring it on. I'm invincible, now everyone is crashing out. They broke me down to my core, but found my soul is still invincible. All the bones they shattered were worth the lives I saved. 'Cause even hearts in tatters still beat the same, still beat the same. Take my heart if you want to, all of my love just stays inside. You could crack my lungs on the side of a building. I get hurt from time to time, keep my friends all close, but my enemies closer. Never murder one, but I'll kill tonight. It could cut me deep, but I take that pain, let it charge my strife. They broke me down to my core, but found my soul is still invincible. All the bones they shattered were worth the lives I saved. 'Cause even hearts in tatters still beat the same, still beat the same. On and on, my truth is crying.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I rock with that. That was really, really great. And what's cool about it, about this song, is that it was a lot of unexpected in this. Like it was, exciting as in like I'm thinking it's gonna be this way. Or it's just gonna be somebody just gonna go rap on this. And then, like not saying that it wouldn't have been a good thing, but I like the contrast. Like I really, really like the contrast of this song. And what makes me even happier is that, like I said, every single year I am hearing nothing but newer and newer artists that are coming through this platform. And it is getting to the point where people are like, I've been hearing, they're like, yo, people are like, I don't even know what people think of these songs or anything like that. Yo, just send it to Mark Cooper. And I've heard this in numerous chats before, even when I'm not there. They just be like, yo, if you want somebody to literally give you some feedback to actually help other than just being like, oh, I'm just going to, bounce around acting like this track is fire, but doesn't help me. They're like, I trust Mark Cooper. I feel he's of safe space. I feel that he's helped a lot of us in our careers and things like that. Like a unsung hero, if you will. Like I've heard all of those things. And I just want to say, words can't describe how much I appreciate each and every one of you guys that do that. I'm glad I get to hear all of you in your beginnings or in your, even wherever you guys are in your experience. I get to hear you guys for the first time, and I'm just like, yeah, you guys really got some talent for sure. But I rock with that. So let's go to the next one. Monkey King. Hey, it's no problem, man. Did you flip? Is this Super Mario World? Like at the end, the do 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 do. I don't know if you flipped the game over from Super Mario World or not. I don't know where that came from. It's so familiar. The sample's so familiar. I'm sorry. Hey, that's funny. Is this another banger? No, this is Patrick. You know what? You irritating. Whoever this producer, I need to see who this producer is. Who produced this beat? Oh, okay. Orion Creates. I'm gonna have to hit him up with a direct message and say, you stupid for this beat tag. I know I got a funny one, but he's stupid for that.
I spit the kind of flows that roll up on you like an avalanche. Had to rip this bitch apart, prove it ain't just happenstance. You had a chance, step aside to take a fucking battle stance, but you should know the icy flow could one hit a Salaman. It's just no anomaly, the prodigy spitting prophecies. He probably be a prodigy. If you ever try and box with me, breath be like 5 degrees below the absolute. You want the truth? Don't get the
Oh, I love Nina Hope. She's such a sweetheart.
couldn't battle through my substitute. It's like sheer code. I hit you with the icy beam. Risen up, Lorelai to buy her all the finer things. You a beat, but what's the final four to a champion? It's madness if you think you out here marching with the pantheon. Transient when he's outraged mad. He getting outplayed. Trust me, it ain't about face when I tell this girl about fate.
Okay, here's the thing. This gets really, really, really tricky in the era, not era. What am I talking about? Not era. In the type of beats that you're picking and the flow that you're having on this. Okay, this might be one of those situations where the beat can't be if it's really heavy bass. It can't be over your vocal. The vocal has to be on top in some way, form, or fashion in your mix, because you already have a low voice and you're going with the groove and things like that. Like a perfect example, like how like in Southern music, like Houston music, like they got Paul Wall and Chameleonaire and Bun B and MGM and 8 Ball and all those, 3 6 Mafia. You might want to start listening to how their tracks are mixed, does it mean that you need to do what they do? Absolutely not. But I want you to understand and hear what I mean by heavy chop and screwed type of bass in it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta you gotta figure out what the happy balance is for that, because you got low end in your vocal. When you got low in your vocal, what it will sound like is this. See, what's going on is that you're hearing a compression. So I'm gonna literally emulate something so you can hear an example. Okay. So what you at right now is, let's see here, right? So you hear how it's you hear the compressor and how it's so up front like that. You might not want to do that. So like, that kind of thing. So if I got the beatbox stuff on there and there's a little bit of saturation, you see how you can hear me just a little bit more even with the compression is there? There's that, right? Don't forget. Now we're adding reverb, right? You see how that's so up front like that? Now think about that with the bass, with it really, really close to the microphone like this. They're not going to be able to fully, hear you clarity-wise. It's just going to sound like it's all part of it. You know what I'm saying? So when I go back, say I'll dial back the reverb, I'm taking the reverb off, and then I turn the compression down. You can hear me, but it's, it's prominent, but it's not all the way in your face. You know what I'm saying? And then, of course, it sounds dry. Give it a little love. Just a tad bit of reverb just to open it up, just to give that aspect. And then don't forget, you got your delays, right? You see how it has a low end in delays? That's where you give it a little love too. See what I mean? So you got to know where those gauges are. Best thing you want to do is the rule of thumb, bro. You want to do your EQ first, your compressor, your reverb, and then your delay and all those filter effects. If you're singing and doing auto-tune and all that stuff, and that's your main primary, you want that after the EQ, because you still need a clean, raw vocal before you put any kind of effects, because the effect is going to react to what you already had. You know what I'm saying? And that's something that you want to think about when it comes to that. You know what I mean? I know your kind of voice that you have. So when you pick bassy types of records, you're going to struggle. You're going to struggle because of the fact that your voice is that. And I understand it. Like, Biggie had to go through it. Rick Ross had to go through it. Big Pun had to go through it. A lot of people, Bun B is another. And you notice how they pick, like the Southern style's got a lot of, choir and organs and stuff. You know why they have a lot of organs and things like that? Because it opens up the beat. So when all those bright portions are, then they can record their vocals to the brighter portion of the song, and then they'll throw in that 808 and throw in that bass and all that other stuff. Trust me, if there's anybody that hated as a producer mixing bass, it's me. So I'm going to tell you, what you need to do for that, because I hated that in a mix with a passion. Especially when I was doing beat battles and stuff like that. I hated it with a passion because I know how much it is. And a lot of producers just kind of just push the bass, but they don't shape it. They don't shape it to where it could end where it needs to. All the tails blend and it makes it this mess. Ugh, I hate it. I really do. Like if you hear beats from me, you'll hear the bass is as crispy as I possibly can make it. Or I don't use it. You know what I'm saying? I'll sacrifice it by using a synth bass or something else. You know what I mean? Like, especially if it's a bass in an 808. I get the 808 with the kick. It hits where I needed to hit with. And then I'll just fill in everything with melodics is what I would do. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only thing. Like I said, this is heat, bro. I want you to know that this style is heat. But this will separate you from anybody else who does this low filter type of tracks and rapping over it. That's the problem. There's a lot of people rap over these things, but they don't know how to mix the vocal balance to the actual beat. You know what? It's actually not. It's actually not. One of these days, bro, like, I'm thinking about maybe one day, you know, I'll go in Discord and I'll show some stuff that I would do about the bass and stuff. Trust me, it's not. It's not. It's just you got to know what you're doing. That's all.
All right, Pat. You was cooking a little bit. I'm gonna pick it back up.
You silly for that. You silly for that picture, just so you know.
Give me some time to think. All right, I got it. Wrist froze, been cold, chillin' with my kinfolk, 10 toes. We gon' get the info, then go. Wonder if it will snow. Should've been on the answer. Mr. Rhyme, I keep a stick out, I'm dancing. Been my pulling like the same as a bear tick. Hella badges, I just got one from Candace. Wait, she drop on my body like dominoes. Green on my hand, a big body, a bonus. No way we could go if you wanna go. All of you bitches cryogonal. Bunch of snowflakes, the show face impossible. If real tight, he gon' break, it's optional.
Now you see how his vocals are over the top there? Like it works for that because he's got a higher register. Now you is a little bit lower. So that's what I mean by we just got to figure out something for you. And honestly, telling you, we might have to sit one day. I wouldn't have a problem with it. I'm actually off this week. I forgot. I literally forgot. I'm off because I teach. So I'm a teacher in real life. I teach K through 12. And not only that, I teach esports. I teach kids how to play competitive in games. And I also teach behavioral kids, like kids that have special needs, like, autism and nonverbal and all those things as well. So I teach a whole round of different kinds of people, different kinds of patients, different kinds of all that. So, there might be a day if you want to just hop into Discord. If you follow the Discord, just click in, and then just hit me up. Hit me up with a message. You know what I'm saying? And, I can show you what these things are. It's not that big of a deal. I ain't gatekeeping plugins. That's the dumbest shit in the world. Excuse my French. I'm just saying because we know some people in the community all of a sudden be like, yeah, man, how'd you do this crisp mix? And then they'd be like, yeah. So what you do is listen to my Spider-Man song first. And then when you hear my Spider-Man song, you got to hear how I did the mix. And then you'll know exactly what you need to do. Like, who are these people, bro? Jethro, what up? Oh, my bad. Jethro, congratulations for getting those monthly listeners, dog. There's quite a few people out here, thinking it's just a Mark Cooper Monday and I just only pay attention to you guys on Monday. Oh no. I be seeing y'all on the internets. I be watching, I be looking and seeing what's going on, and I be proud, bro. I really do be actually proud. And this ain't even about the community and competition and who's doing what. Bro, I just know how hard you work. You deserve it. You really do. And a lot of you do. But I wanted to let you personally know that. Proud of you, man. Keep rocking, keep moving, keep doing dope stuff because you on your way up. You know that. You know the game.
Say what you want, buddy, I don't think none of it. Shot him out over just like it's a toddler's. Bitch, I'm Galarian, Darren Maka on my neck, I got...
Okay, another thing about these videos too, okay? What you want to do is you want to put some kind of border or anything over them. Because the reason why I'm saying this is not because it's the hugest deal about the lyric video because they can hear you regardless, is that if you get to that particular aesthetic, there are people in this world, I'm telling you from experience of dealing with either kids that, that want a certain routine of how things look. So if you are just going to do like kind of bare bones stuff, try to see if you could put it on the bottom so everybody can be able to read it. Also, by the way, by putting it in that area too, YouTube AdWords can pick it up also, that I found out. So when you put the lyrics there and it's already in the caption, it helps out too. Because once you do that and you edit your caption that's similar to the video itself, it helps your algorithm because of the fact that whatever the topics you're talking about with Pokemon, they are looking for all the registered words that deal with that. So, for example, if you are talking about Pokemon and you mention Pikachu and it's verbally there and the caption sees it's there, it will automatically put it in that algorithm because it's similar talking or similar trending of what exactly is being said. Because what's been going on is people been catfishing their own songs. So they'll be like, oh, this is a Pokemon rap. And then all they talking about is drugs. And I'm like, bro, there's no Pokemon breeder in what you talking about. I don't see nothing of that. And then that's how they get pushed down. Because what's going on is people are trying to get into this children's category. Like, you know, is it for kids? Because for kids, it's the most, kids are watching YouTube more than anything else. I know it because most of them are watching Bluey episodes. They're watching accounting videos. Like I said, it is a real thing. That's why they separate it. And they get most of their algorithm during the day. So when kids are on their tablets and watching it over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, it's because it's an algorithm in its own. And some people think they could just tap into it and then do the wrong thing. But what they don't understand is there's AdWords for it too. In the content ID, all that stuff matters. That's why when I say when you make a Minecraft song, you make children type of content and then just put things teen or 18 and up, you messing yourself up here. You might hit something great, but if you get to that 20, 30,000 views and YouTube's like, bro, this is definitely not for kids. Then they push it down and then they push everything else down of yours. It makes it harder because they feel that you're trying to run the same game. This is just little stuff. Like I said, if you're doing something and you're having fun with it, cool beans. That works out perfect. But I'm just letting you know, whenever you make decisions like that, you got to make sure that you know whatever you do could affect what you are doing. Am I telling you to walk on eggshells? Absolutely not. Am I telling you not to create what you want? Absolutely not. But I want you to know that there is a consequence when you do that. And I'm telling you from an individual who creates music and it's all ages. You know what I mean? You gotta think about these things. You gotta think about these properties. These songs that you're coming out with, you want them to check it out, right? If that's the case, you wouldn't put Pokemon nothing, or you wouldn't put anything like that. Because of the fact that you are targeting fans of that. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta make sure you be mindful of these situations. I'm just telling you because it could be that one song that blow up and then you get bogged down in algorithm. When you got 20,000 views, you could have got 300,000 views just because of the content and being available to all. Are there going to be individuals that are not going to listen to that and they're going to continue doing what they do all the time? Absolutely. Because they know they're going to make another song from another genre and another fandom the very next week. Because they're not going to push it either. Because we're releasing singles every bi-weekly, but nobody pushes it more than 4 times. You know what I mean? I'm not, I ain't the coolest cat in town. You know what I mean? But you got to think about these things. Especially if you're trying to push this to a fandom. There's a reason why Nate Wants to Battle does so well with Pokemon and other animated series, because he doesn't have any of that in his music at all. That's why he's making Japanese, like the Japanese intros and making English versions of them. He's covering them. That's how he got so big at this. Just think about it. That's all. If you got a different type of feel for it, that's fine. Like I said, I have no problem with anything like that at all. I'm just giving you a perspective that you can look at it and be like, okay, now I understand what you mean. Don't hinder yourself if you don't have to. Yeah, we use profanity and we do what we need to do. You know what I'm saying? If it fit, period. But just understand when you're making certain records, certain songs, just be mindful and push forward based off of that. That's all.
Double the colony. That is bitch over, you know who it is. Naruto out for the cool and shit. Say you don't know, but you do know it is. She be mounting my head like I'm Snover and shit. Frost breath really cold as it gets. Blizzard are everywhere that I step. Right in the wave, call him Keller Rex. Fatter vanillas, now she in my decks.
There's nothing you can do once you're frozen. I hope you're ready.
Let's do it.
Hey, and I love the video. It's really cool.
Up in Indiana, getting cold as shit. Got green in hand, got the Snova mist. Obama snow, catch a frozen fist. Oh, you got potions, I'm more equipped. Your lady been sipping over drip. Cat getting trimmed on her Doja shit. I got the flu on my Arctozol. My nose dripping just to show I'm sick. Midweek, got your missus week. Palace wine is a hump day. Fashion week, only time that I run way. Just say the word of my week about hunt game. Deli bird bit in my bag, I'm done playing. You are not born, you hydro pump fake. I'm about to stick him up because he love fame. Mr. Ramen, I'ma stick him with one cane. Yeah, you aren't fooling this. Name a rapper with the bars cooler than the flyest legend on his Articuno shit. Level-headed as an avalanche, this shit is some calm, but I ain't far from losing it. You need a cleft key for the rhymes, trying to escape the bars, boy, you are a fugitive. My chain looking like a bear tick chin. Cut true, you need pharmaceuticals. Ice tight, making blue honeys off the music shit, you working in a cubicle. What the fuck?
Still heat regardless, man, you know? And Pat, I'm sorry if it felt like I went on a tangent on your song. It's not the thing that triggered that part. I just was thinking about just the fandom stuff in general. So please don't feel that you did anything wrong in this whatsoever at all. This song is heat, but I just wanted to let you know these are things that you want to go with. So if you can, at the end, at the end of this, we got about, Ben, you're next. So it's like, let me see how many got left. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got about 5 left here, right? And what I want to do is I want to play something that I'm working on, but I can show you what I mean by a particular mix. Like this track, I'm getting ready to submit it for the Global Gaming League. And it's just like a gamer record. Like it's been a while since I've done that, since my Player One. A lot of people know me for the Player One, that.
When I say player, you say what? Player, player. When I say player, you say what? Player, player.
Like a lot of people know me for that particular song. But yeah, I'm gonna play something brand new, and it's like got my vocal, I made the beat, I did the mix and all that, so you'll see what I mean when it comes to that. Okay, Bimmy, let's go.
If you hate constantly being swarmed by ads, you need to download Pi. It's a free Chrome extension that blocks ads on all your favorite sites.
These ads, I'm telling you. Ain't that crazy when you get an ad about somebody trying to get rid of ads? It is the most, yeah, you got ads on your song, you making money. Oh, man. Bro, I don't know why. Every time, no matter what happens, every time with my stream, it always puts it there. I have changed it. I have every single time. I change it every time. Every time. It's the most irritating thing ever. I don't know why it keeps doing that, but I just changed it over now. So let's do it. Thank you for letting me know.
Please don't console this lost child who runs within. I'm just so lost in lies that I spin. I try to outrun my sin, 'cause the judgment can risk. Lost trying to win. Through my crown, not a prince. Let my sin be my king as he reigns in my stitch. I don't know who I is. Lock the cage from within. I'm just too stubborn to say that I've lost control. Don't know what's going on, of what from his holy arms. Now I've lost control. what's going on, don't know what's wrong. Can my pain make a sound? Would negotiate for it to go away, cause it sins make me drown. Trying to fight alone, sinking faster though. In the blind find the route she passed, lost its way, and it is safe while the enemies surround. Keep colliding, residing in darkness with guilt as I'm trying and prying with lies I have spilled. Keep declining and lightning displayed without guilt. Got me free, just too stubborn to say that I've lost control.
I'm going to say one thing. Yeah, bro. Yeah. First off, this is nice. This is really nice. Now, I'm gonna be a grand with you, okay? I'm gonna be a grand, and I'm gonna tell you something that I know is going to annoy the life out of you, okay? I'm gonna let you know this right now, and everybody in Nerdcore will definitely be doing this, right? They're gonna try and compare you to McGuire just by the tone of your particular voice. They're going to compare you to McGuire. If it hasn't happened yet, they're going to. You know what I'm saying? They're going to compare you. They're going to compare you. They are. However, okay? Here's the however. However, personally to me, you enunciate a little bit better than he does. I can hear you just a little bit clearer when it comes to that, because he's got a tone, and both great singers. Don't get me wrong, but I hear you enunciating a little bit better, and I like your runs. Your runs are a little bit more complicated. You know what I mean? I can hear those back and forth. And I like the tech. You know what I'm saying? I like the tech of how you're singing and how you're registering and your vibratos. I love all of those things. There's that. But now it's just about making sure the records that you pick is going to be based off of that. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be based off of the types of songs that you do. That's the only thing. And then what you got to master is, if you haven't yet, you need to start doing performances. And the reason why you want to do performances is because you got to have that experience of singing with that register of a vocal. Because a lot of times when it's a certain type of twang in your vocal and how you sing, there is a struggle on stage, because you can't really hear your vibrato like that when you're on the microphone on stage like that. Picking records like this is great, but if somebody try to challenge you and put you on something like drill or any of those, you know what I mean, you might have a little bit of an issue, just because of the fact that there are some beats that use 808s that are not pitched. You're going to be on a lot of drill is not pitched correctly. I'm just going to keep it a spade with you. Like a lot of drill beats, when it comes to the bass and the melody and, in the bass bending, it is not, it is not pitched right. So when you're singing towards you, you'll be like, oh, I feel like I'm off. And then in reality, you're not. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you have a great voice, you have a great registry and all those kind of things. Now it's the types of tracks that you do is what's going to gauge based off of that. But I'm going to let you know, okay? I'm going to let you know that they're going to be that, sometimes that one-dimensional, and be like, Demi, wait, what? No, that's McGuire on the hook, right? No, it's not, bro. It's somebody different. Just focus on the tech and how you deliver these songs, and practice opening your mouth more. And then when you do that as singing it, you know what I'm saying? Then it's even more polished. Then it's like, that's it. You know what I mean? Like think about it. Like think about Marvin Gaye and think about October London. Like October London, like could really like be stupid close to Marvin Gaye's vocal. You know what I'm saying? Just think about those. Like a funny registry. Like what people don't know is that, did you know Anita Baker and Michael McDonald sound exactly the same? It's only they just have a higher pitch than each other. Cash Money, bro. Play I Keep Forgetting by Michael McDonald and pitch it down like 5 octaves, right? You will hear Anita Baker. I bet you money. I bet you money.
Don't know what's going on. A walk from his holy arms. Now I have lost control. God, please come and save me now. 'Cause sin's gone and shut me down. Now I have lost control. God, please come and save me now. 'Cause sin's gone and chain me down.
That's all. That's literally all it is. Like I said, everything is fire about this song. I just want to let you know ahead of time. You heard it from me. They're going to hear you in a different kind of registry, and they're going to be like, whoa, is this McGuire? Whoa, is this blah, blah, blah? And then McGuire going to come out and be like, yo, bro, it's kind of similar. It's kind of similar. I love McGuire regardless. But that's what I'm hearing the registries of. I'm just letting you know. You know what I mean? All right. We got about 4 more. And then, like I said, I'll play something, you guys can check out. All right. Spade.
Yeah. Y'all wanted boom bap Spade? I'll get in there, bro. We got
Hold on. Oh, wow. It's new. Okay.
a calm rap coming right now. You feel me?
Oh, he keeps putting that tag in there.
Kidding. Shit, bro. They couldn't hope for a better rapper. The spaz got a whole new different flavor.
Nope. I've heard this before. I heard it already. I've heard this already. This was last week. Because I remember that beat. I remember that beat really, really well. Man. Yeah. But you still got my sub, regardless. Alrighty. But we got to go to the next one. Because I did hear this one last week. All right, Jethro, your turn. Oh, shoot. No. I didn't mess it up. Okay. Yeah, man. You grinding, bro. You definitely grinding. I'm proud.
I said that it's bad time. All my brothers get a check. All my brothers get a set. Got any stopper, I'm the best. Yeah. Say it with my chest. Ain't been on the niveau. DJ B for the rest.
I said that it's about time. All my brothers get a check. All my brothers get a set. Tryna go with a protect. Golden motion, yes, too late. 2-6, say it with my chest. I'm about to get schooling. You isn't up to the test.
I said it's about time. All my brothers get a check. All my brothers get a set. Tryna go with a protect. Golden motion, yes, too late. 2-6, say it with my chest. I'm about to get schooling. You isn't up to the test. Yeah. Okay. Here there's a testimony. You just sleep on the kill, but you ain't the only. Keep a Glock in the waist if you ain't a homie. Make the chopper sing melodies. Listen closely like Shotty. She thinks she know me. Only hit on my lineup. She just a phony. At the top of the ladder, it's getting lonely. Run the laps of our artists. My wish, my trophy. Stay number 1, I ain't got no limits. Work a fight on my tracks 6-7. End of the year, let me peep my digits. It's rap. If you rap, they ain't got me in it. League of my own and I shouldn't be stabbed. You bet as good as the people you next to. Love's like a big no. It's time you attest to. Every song I make like the friends do. Yeah. They should really know that it's my turn. Running on the fine line, got no time to waste. Need my karma stopper and the right mind. Running out of my time.
I said that it's
about time. All my brothers got a check. All my brothers got a set. Tryna go with a protect. Golden motion, yes, too late. 2-6, say with my chest. I'm about to get schooling. You isn't up to the test. I say it's about time. All my brothers got a check. All my brothers got a set. Tryna go with a protect. Golden motion, yes, too late. 2-6, say with my chest. I'm about to get schooling. You isn't up to the test. Okay. It's about time that I do what I do. When I do it, I'ma do it like that. Roll around, see a spot high noon. You ain't matching my pace, don't know how I move it like that. Canada G-Bar with a boyfriend. Stepping too front, trying to talk that heat, get smacked. Like, leave me alone, but get off of my sack. Yo, Southside lack. When I brought one tag, your package stripes, you get to rocking. I'm never slack, I'm catching, I ain't walking. Talking tales, I tell them till they tumbling. Young and try to rap, but I was fumbling. Now we beat the heat, the beat is bubbling. Can't be seen, you seem to be way younger. Level got too high, and now it's rumbling. Now I'm on the run, ain't never stumbling. Woo! Bones blooded, trying to run with the one. Get them done. Start them with the sun. Drum finna turn them paraplegic, cause the paralegics how we come. Style clean rhymes, mean I've been waiting for someone to get on my level. Big work, kind of a settle. Get watching the walk in the kettle. Little dog box up, no kennel. I'm gonna press that fight to your chest. Not finna know the man, cause still no cable. Stay blue, so fluid, do through when it boom, get it red on the news. Give them knocks when I swing on the body, no news. Finna kick it like cruise, keep it real, y'all man. I said that it's about time. All my brothers get a check. All my brothers get a set. Tryna go with a protect. Golden motion, yes, too late. 2-6, say with my chest. I'm about to get schooling. You isn't up to the test. Okay.
Boven aan de top, ik denk beneden naar de rest. Niemand kan me to the test, ik ben on gold status, I can never really best. Bijna, you should know I am the best. Money on my mind, ik ben op zaken. Moet de zakken blijven vullen, of een ander gaat het halen, hold up.
Okay. First off. Bars and everything leaving Earth. However, we gotta do something with this master. Like, this record is so loud that it's also kind of clipping in between. It's kind of clipping like throughout, and it's hard because of the dynamics overweight. And then of course your vocals on top, but when it's mastered loud, it forces you to turn the vocals up to be over it, and it just makes it a really, really loud track. That's the only thing, bro. The only thing, dog. The only thing. Like I said, it's the limiter. It's whatever, hopefully for the love of God, whatever you recording in, whatever you're recording in, you need to have something that's called a limiter. A limiter is a gauge. It's a way of, it's like a lid for a cup. You know what I'm saying? Right now, it's not only going through the cup, but whatever is the contents is here, it's already sprouting out, and this lid is just not useful. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you'll get it, dog. I'm just letting you know that is the only things for that. Bars and everything is heat. Beat is heat. All that stuff. It's just you know, the volume is turned up a little too loud. You want to check and make sure things are not in the red or clipping or something. That's all. But it's still heat. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell you it's not dope, bro. I'm like, I just wanted to let you know. That's all. All right, we got two more. All right. Rat roasted? Okay. Oh, Curbs?
Make for it better, figure try to claim the same as him. I done seen your soul, I done seen your kind. I know what you want, you lame as shit. Yeah. Throw it up, beta, make me spit. Walk down, run his place to kick. Club and stay a bit. Stretching it for lunch, bread and not for time. Like a plague of sick. Damn, that's a country reunion. Love time, one even human, huh? Stupid, turn a little boy to a weapon, that stuff would improve it. Dump it, useless, do this suck. If you ain't sharp, brother, you get cut. Best ain't put cards like you for fun. I don't need no bars, blew it up. You cannot phase gang on me physically. Second a change came, there a minute. I turn a rage slave to a payday. When I carry out, it's a livery. In the same way, another whip got a bag in it. Where I touch me, yet I'm tagging a pants. Newbie is better, you better stitch. Friends gonna cut him, I'm cackling. Twitch. Twisted, I was twisted like Dreader. Don't get it twisted or I'm twisting his head. It's 6 shot less, I spin like impediments. Really driven, I ain't spinning and pedaling. Why I did it, I killed for love of the game. I am above insane. Got in this place, off for the pump. up. Your bitch get empty and touch my grade, okay?
Put him back in the casket right now if he asks for it. He want it blunt, but he really can't ask for it. Flashing the black if he really won't have it. The impact on framing, have a nigga damage. If he talking violent, maybe I'm a manage. Cutting loose stems, he gon' need a bandage. Pack yourself up, still he getting in it. Stood him too still, he gon' get killed. What's up in his wood, you let that for deal. Fracture list, fuck my niggas know it's real. Use a fake plan, never grew still. Fuck are you? You must not have heard of me, special get on to me. Here and they teach you a lesson. A teacher is only as good as his students. His students are literally worthless. And the punch you throwing are worthless. That's it, piss nigga must not have heard yet. Hold this side and it still ain't hurt bad. You telling me what I can't do? Pass this route, what you gonna do, huh? You literally lose no will to attack. Trying to send me a planet, please get off the map. If you walk into me, then we really get scrapped.
We had eyes on block, pulling up, stop, drop, top, hit 'em up, rolling off. If it smoke a pack, dog, I smoke your pack, not the paddock when the arms are flashing. He no angel, but I give him wings to match it. He grew room a hammer, see so many caskets. Since he thinking fire, I'll blow a gasket top, dog. Man, your man is for I take your top off. Man, your shot, he got a top off. You gassed up, open fire, he get topped off. Dog on, daggone, hand signs, you slime. Yo, slime, bolted off, plus I've been involved. He was trying to play like God, but I pray to God. What I carry will leave more than just a God's like, what? Brody getting active, like he total clap and still like boogie woogie, switch up on the ratchet. Tweeting crazy. Hit a birdie with the racket, racking up, ransom none, ran the bunch, turned the smoke for the blunt, bluntly been smoke with all y'all. Yeah, so it's y'all ball, hit it far and it land in our yard.
That had to be a beat loop, but that last part just landed a little weird. I want to say the beat was cut. And that's what made it really weird. But other than that, both were sliding, but it's just some weird portions at the end. Mix is okay. Things worked out fine. But like I said, learning about these limiters is going to be really, really something to discuss for sure. All right. In the final, Hari, my boy, Hari up front with Smoke and Drip. And then I'll show you a mixed example of what I'm doing.
I'm riding solo, I still level up. I'm in the dungeons, but I'm never stuck. I kill the night just with a metal tug. I'm riding solo, I still level up. They catch rounds like a game, they can check TSA. Treat the system like a game. Riding solo, I still level up. Riding solo, I still level up.
Don't smoke much no more, but I drink for sure. Nasty dogs when I land on shore. If it's actually up, then I'm at your door. Do they actually suck his spit no fool? Keep it factually tucked, it's knife, yes, Lord. He actually fuck trying to keep on course, but if actually stuck playing metaphors, I'm abrasive as fuck to those I'm unsure. Lower wires if you weather with me. Every beat get burned like a cig. I can't stop till smokes, I'm a big. I can't stop until their grave I dig. I can't stall anymore, take a swig. I keep winning, they think the game's rigged. New press, new immunity for pigs. Good at mouths that doesn't intrigue. It's war, FA, bring out the hammer. Word to Jaron, hold it down, Alabama. By my exes all used to be scammers. Tied score must be out of your jammer. Score tie, out of your mind. Call it your house, bitch, I'm vines. 2020, I need more lines. I'm up in the mountain with pines. None of y'all matter to me, thinking it different like me, bro. One-on-one smoke on a lead, give me the motherfucking key. Hands in my pockets, is the one chill do. Level up on myself like such and woo. If Vigorous is with me, then all y'all screwed. Heaven ain't make a beat that I can't choose.
I'm riding solo, I still level up. I'm in the dungeons, but I'm never stuck. I kill the night just with a metal tug. I'm riding solo, I still level up. They catch rounds like a game, they can check TSA. Treat the system like a game. I'm riding solo, I still level up. I'm riding solo, I still level up.
No, I'm going solo, going dolo. No, I don't need pro, bro. Going coco when I go and puff shit. We going loco, they like drip. Let me go get that pic. No, I don't do photos. Get on flit like a lighter, then I dip. They be like, where'd he go though? My glow up is crazy, ain't seen it before. The ladies want me, got them weak in the hoe. I had to tell them by the weekend I'll go. Defy with some motherfucking beast for the gold. Pull up in the store, it is not October. I'm really top notch, you are not no soldier. You got a level 1 weapon, I carry a big ass chopper, will topple them over. Motherfuckers talk online like get on my face with that nice ass shit you opposing. You got a sweet tooth, I'm on the ground like a molar. I better give him the shoulder. Motherfuckers cry over women, these motherfuckers dickheads. You should've seen what I showed her. Drip at the top of the motherfucking mountain, you stand the ground when you waffle and gloating. Okay. Way that I'm flowing, I'm floating. No, you're not showing up. You're staying below me, you know that I'm going. No, you're not blowing up. Weak ass poets, taking each chose. Undead army, I'ma go ghost. Kick it with hard, you know that we coasting. These motherfuckers sorry, but no, I don't know.
I'm riding solo, I still level up. I'm in the dungeons, but I'm never stuck. I kill the night just with a metal touch. I'm riding solo, I still level up. They catch rounds like a game, they can check TSA. Treat the system like a game. Riding solo, I still level up. I'm riding solo,
That's just a fun track all the way through, like with Hari and Smoke and Drip. Like I'm just saying, like that's just a fun record, bro. Like I rock with that. That's very dope. Only thing I would just say is for Drip, I don't know if he needed just a little reverb or whatever. It just his vocals were a little bit drier than usual. That's the only thing I noticed. Is basic stuff. All right. That's all of those, but I could show you something that I'm doing. But like I said, I'm not really showing anybody like that. But like I said, this is something I did. I produced, did the vocals, did the mix, so you can see what I mean by bass stuff, okay? So let's play it real quick.
Lock in, show out. 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 You gotta find a way in this world of games. It's jam time and I'm midway in flames. Lock in, show out. Lock in, show out. Lock in, show out. Lock in, show out. You gotta find a way in this world of games. It's jam time and I'm midway in flames. Lock in, show out. Lock in, show out. Lock in, show out. Lock in, show out. You gotta find a way in this world of games. It's jam time and I'm midway in flames.
See what I mean? That's what I mean by I make sure the sub and the kick and the 808 all have their particular place in the record, and then that's what I would do, like mix-wise. That's what I mean. You see how that stuck out a little bit more, and then you can hear everything I'm saying, but it still has the dynamics of everything. And then on top of that, I score films, so like it's got those elements in it, and then I'm a fan of like 80s stuff. So, of course, it sounds like an 80s montage. I mean, that's just kind of the aesthetic of the things I love to make on that. But I wanted to show you that just so you know that's what I mean. You see how there's like a low register in my voice in that, but then it gives you that, it gives you that aspect at the end of the day. Brighter might work out for you, Pat. You know what I'm saying? You can try some brighter records, but if you are going to go that vibe that you're going, you're going to have to figure out learning a little bit about the EQ of your vocal so it stands out more. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Maybe you can give me a vocal or something and I'll show you. I think that probably might work out. You know what I mean? Just give me an acapella or something, and then I can show you some things that clear out your vocal. That actually works 1,000 times better than me just telling you. But other than that, that's really it for today. I was going to play something, but I got a meeting tomorrow, so I got to get this lesson plan together so I can be able to have that discussion with them. But yeah, but I'm about to go too, man. You good? I'm out also. So I'll hit you guys up in the meanwhile, and I'll see you during the week. April 2nd on Wednesday at 8:00 is the first start of the tournament. Like just the preseason stuff of the Global Gaming League. We're gonna be playing Rocket League, and then the 9th is gonna be Call of Duty. So I'm going to be streaming live with somebody, and we're going to play and see what we can do. So if you guys came by support or whatever, that'd be dope. But I'm just letting you know. But otherwise, I'm outie. I'll see you later on this week.
When I say